What's shaking? I just want to do a video talking about the state of metal right now on the internet. Um, there's a there's newer content creators. There's people that are younger that are making videos about metal, black metal, deathcore, whatever it is, all in the metal genre, and they don't really seem to understand very much about the history of metal, the different genres, where things come from, why things are the way they are. It's almost like they don't give a shit, and they don't have to give a shit. But I'm just saying, from my perspective, when we were coming up and we were getting interested in being fans of extreme music, of heavy music, especially black metal, for me in the mid 90s, mid to late 90s, we were interested in everything. We were trying to find out about anything, and everything was incredibly mixed. It was a mixed bag. It was anything from Static X, Deftones, Emperor, Dimmu Borgir, 6 Feet Under, um, any of those bands, Deicide, any of that stuff was just sort of this mix. And there was less of this kind of like, well, I'm a thrash guy, so I have to wear some kind of denim vest with patches and stuff. Now the patches were old, or before even my time, but there wasn't a thing where it's like you can't. You have this sort of, the internet changed everything, in my opinion. Social media changed everything. Where you have this identity of being like, this is the main type of music I listen to. Ergo, I must look like blah blah blah. Um, so it I think people, especially younger people, if you can kind of get your head out of that mode of thinking and getting out of that kind of headspace where you feel like, well, I have to glom on to some kind of scene or some kind of look or some kind of thing, because what I think it does is it limits your ability to really enjoy art and enjoy music and enjoy life a little bit more. So just because you like black metal doesn't mean you have to dress up like the black metal people, the quote unquote black metal people. Now, if you want to, go for it. I mean, do what you want to do, but you don't have to just fall into one thing and listen to one type of music. You know, the style is really metal. So, my advice for younger people: listen to the first Black Sabbath record, and work your way to the present day. Get some of the heavy hitting albums, read about it online, understand the culture, understand the music, understand where it's coming from, understand the bands and the people that pave the way so that you can enjoy the bands that you like today. And so instead of like maybe shitting on older bands and saying that they don't have it anymore, they're boomers or whatever, like respect the grind, respect the work they're putting in. Some of these bands aren't really even making any money now. I mean, there was a an article that came out today where Garbage said that they couldn't even make any money touring, and Garbage is orders of magnitude more popular in the mainstream than almost any black metal band. So these guys are touring these days and just making enough money to survive on. So imagine what they were doing in the 80s, the 90s, etc., where they're in these like stinky vans with a bunch of dudes and, a trunk full of gear, and halftime their shit gets stolen and everything else. It's purely for the love of the art of the music. So just read up on it, listen to it, understand it. Don't get into these information silos where you only listen to black metal. You know, listen to all kinds of metal. Listen to hard rock. Listen to fucking salsa music. Just open your mind to other styles of music, because that's part of the reason why I believe black metal is sort of stagnating, is that there's only a handful of bands that people that are basically, what's happening in my view is people start to like music. They see one or two black metal bands. They think that they look cool. They think they sound rad, which is true, which is fine. And then they listen to it, and then they get really a big fan of like one or two bands or maybe four bands, and then they start a band, and then they sound like those four bands. You can tell where they got their influence from, to the point where it's not really, you're not mixing enough in the blender to make it your own thing. It just sounds like those two or three bands. So what we have, uh, unfortunately, is I feel like on places like Black Metal Promotion, is we have basically hundreds of bands that all sound the same, because they're all 20 somethings that started out listening to just three or four bands, and that's the only bands they listen to. So yeah, learn more about the scene, and see what's out there. Challenge yourself, explore new ideas, explore new music, especially if you're a musician, especially if you're thinking about making music. Because as a fan of this music for over around 30 years now, I could say I would love to just see an update on Black Metal Promotion, or Season of Mist or something like that, and hear something new. Hear something new and interesting with different influences. I would be over the moon for that. Instead of being on social media and hearing, oh, there's a South American black metal band that's anti-colonialism. Wow, I love politics. I love it so much, I love it in my music. So please give me more politically driven, gimmicky bands. No, no thanks. Just make more interesting music. Anyways, that's about it. Have a good one.